And here comes our first crew of the day in, and we're having one of those rare occasions of a huge king tide here. As you're going to see as they approach the dock, the water levels are almost over the dock. So our crew's approaching, but it makes interesting approaches because you have to get down off the boat instead of climbing up from the boat, which is just a different experience. And she's going down. No! Somehow she saved it last second, but with the king tide also comes some major currents. As these tides change, as you can see the water rushing across the screen, and as this boat's getting dragged down. So, looks like we're going to switch lines and attempt to go to the other side. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here at Point Marina. Our guy's struggling on the stern of this one just a little bit. Cap's trying to bring it around. The girl in the bow is pointing to the camera like, bro, they caught you in action. She got lucky on that one. I thought for sure when I saw that happening, we were going to get a swimmer today. But she winds up pulling it off, leans herself against the boat, and is able to push it back up. And our guy's off the stern. And I think this crew should be good to roll from here. And our next crew's coming in on approach. Our guy jumps off. Once again, it's an odd situation. People are so used to stepping onto the dock when you're jumping off, but man, our crew got caught by the current. So the guy got off on the dock with no lines, a cardinal sin in boating, and his buddy got off as well, but then jumped right back onto the boat for some reason. But Cap looks like he's a little confused as to what he wants to do with it now. But you can just see how bad this current is ripping as it has just grabbed this boat, especially now that he's getting sideways, and it's just going to pull him right down out of here. So I think Cap's trying to determine what his best move is, but his best move is going to be a port side dock instead of trying a starboard side dock. I don't even know if he's going to get to attempt any dock as this current's just ripping him right back out toward the bay. So they're going to reverse it to try and get back into alignment on this one. And, I mean, we've got everything set to the port side. We've got lines over there, fenders. It looks like he was going for it on that side, actually, and just missed that bad. It looked like he wasn't. So, are we coming back in on an attempt? That would be a starboard side if you're going to that dock, bro. I think he was thinking about it for a moment and quickly realized that was not quite the play. That one will be a difficult approach on a day like today. You would have to come in just heavy bow first and have to have somebody on that bow ready to jump off with the line and then still try and work on getting the stern around. But they're going to have to try again. So after a few minutes of kind of sitting there contemplating on what to do, Cap brings it back around, and here we go for attempt number 2. So it looks like they're going to work their way back over to the original dock that they were trying to get off on. And I don't see fenders or lines switching, so we're still going for the port side dock, which that's the play today. This is one of those odd situations, though, even with the port side dock, the current's ripping so hard. You've got to be careful how you approach this because the current's going to pull you in so fast. If you're not ready for it, you will smack the dock just by the power of the current pulling you back. As you can see here, they're definitely in neutral. Now he's putting it back into gear, but they're coming in hot, and that's because the current's dragging them in hot. And we can see he's going to give him the push off, try and get it back around, but you can see the amount of effort they even had to put in to try and keep it off the dock. Our guy jumps off the bow. Finally, we got lines on the ready. Everything's down, and this crew has it set to go. This is a rare sight. We see this at the other ramps all the time. The guy's struggling with the old single jet ski trailer. We almost never see it here. Actually, I can count on my hands the amount of times I have seen a single jet ski trailer at Black Point. Once. One time, 3 years ago when we first started doing this, and I don't know what the guy was thinking, but the area right here, jet skis are not allowed in. So once you leave this facility, in theory, you're not allowed to have a jet ski in the water outside there. So that's why we never see jet skis here at Black Point. But the struggle's real. Our guy's getting this one sideways and jackknifing it down here at the ramp. And they're gonna try to pull forward again and see if they can get it lined up. We always see everybody struggle with the other ramps with it. Like I said, it's just an oddity for us to see it here. And it's still kind of jackknifing back toward the boat. Pull forward a little bit. They're trying to get it straightened out. And he's going to get out and let it roll from there. So here our crew, they're getting towed in. Man, they've got a lot of tow line out, which is not a bad thing. The more tow line you can get out like that, the kind of less slack and stress you're going to have on everything you're doing. So they're going to let them go, but they got to be careful because the second they let this go, that current is going to grab that boat and start ripping it back. So we've let it go. Cap's up in the bow now. Trying to grab the line. I wouldn't worry about the line. Let that just go in the water. Somebody make sure you've got the dock held onto. And it looks like we might be good because they're not really going anywhere. But they're definitely rushing it. So they needed the line that was being used as the tow line to get this one onto the dock. So Cap grabbed that line immediately and immediately tossed it to the guy who's holding the boat on the dock, so they can try and get around. But look at the amount of effort it's taking today to get these boats pushed around, as that current is just straight ripping on everything everybody's trying to do. And this crew's in even a worse spot because they've got no power, so no assistance whatsoever. It's just all manpower here. Well, man and woman power. So they're getting it around. I mean, this looks like a nicer, newer boat. Stinks to be disabled like that, but something's obviously gone wrong. I bet it's something electrical just based on the fact that the engines are still all trimmed down. No, I mean, maybe not. You never know. Maybe it's just a motor or a fueling issue, but they look like they're good to go. And speaking of good to go, we're going to get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos over there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.